Were there any practices that were business as usual that people would be, if not, well, appalled by, or at least, disturbed by if anybody did those things today?
Yes, there were a number of things. First off, remember, was of course, acceptance of gifts from people that we covered regularly. I wondered about this and asked my elders, who said that that's part of the business. We don't get paid very much, so free tickets and a toaster from the power company at Christmas is acceptable because they're not going to influence us. And of course, we learned later when we try to codify these things in the late 70s, that the only way to really make it clear to the public that we're not going to be influenced is to say we don't take it. And that's, of course, that is now a given. But then things that, in terms of practice, I remember one time we were doing a story about the farmers having a huge blackbird problem in Arkansas, which they probably still do today. And they were trying all manner of things to get rid of the blackbirds, shooting shotguns at them and everything. So the poor photographer had to go out there and try to somehow assemble a flock of blackbirds. And no matter how hard the photographer tried, he could not get enough blackbirds to really make an impressive picture. So he solved that in the darkroom by printing the same different negatives onto one positive. And so we printed that, and I don't think any of the editors who handled the picture knew that it was a double or triple exposure. But even with very crude printing of those days with letter presses, the Audubon Society got out their magnifying glasses and they besieged us with calls. How come these birds have 4 wings and things like that? So, but that was, and nobody really thought too much. Well, they caught the photographer, but nobody really would do today and say that's totally unacceptable. Manipulating a photograph like that, a news photograph, it's not done. And I think that people coming out of our our journalism ethics courses at Penn State will know going in that this is not an acceptable practice.
So I gather that photographer was not fired?
No, he was not. And,
not reprimanded?
No.
Not even?
No. Just that, they caught you. And so not a whole lot of thought was given to that. But the Arkansas Gazette, where I worked, was one of the best papers of its size in the country. And we learned a lot of really good things there. So I'm not pointing fingers at that paper, but that was simply the way things were at that time.